Cop Watch, policing the police every single day.
Go 92.5 Fox News, and today I am being very much, my ears are perking as we are getting ready to have a Supreme Court take on the Second Amendment freedoms against public safety concerns at the same time. And what am I talking about? They are wanting to know, should you be allowed to own a gun and be a marijuana user? And even deeper, marijuana or other drugs. Now, this has become the Second Amendment inside the Supreme Court, and more recently here in Florida, has really started to come to the forefront. People are talking about the right to bear arms. People are discussing exactly when and you can and cannot actually be able to carry a firearm. Now, there are a lot of what I like to call Second Amendment auditors out there doing their thing, and it's great to have one of those that actually listens to the show on a regular basis and has no problem calling me out, but at the same time has no problem calling in and throwing in the 2 cents. Do you think that you should be allowed to own a firearm and be a marijuana user? And let's just stick with marijuana, because if we get into the other drugs, we're going to have to figure out a way around that. But let's just stick with the marijuana right now. That's one of the cases that they're talking about, and I want to know your 2 cents on it. And legitimately, someone has already messaged and says they were denied buying a gun because of a medical marijuana card. Actually think I have that person on the phone. Andrew, good morning. Welcome to Daybreak. What are your feelings on the Supreme Court looking at this?
I think it's awesome. As you stated, yes, it did happen to me. I went to try to buy a gun, and at the last minute, the gun's sitting there, the paper's sitting there. I know the people that own the gun store, Army, Navy, very good people. And I said, crap, I forgot I have a medical marijuana card. She goes, we can't even fill out the paperwork. And I contacted Eric Friday, one of the best gun lawyers in Florida. I said, should I sue? He said somebody already is. And that is correct. Somebody's already got a lawsuit in the 11th. You cannot make a law that kills another law, and that's basically what it's doing. And then today, as you're saying, it was in the paper. The Supreme Court's going to look at it now, too. And you do know that the marijuana law is BS, right? Do you know why they made the marijuana illegal?
Tell me why, Andrew.
All right. After we lost the... oh my God, I'm having a brain fire. It's way back when we lost the war on alcohol. Remember that? We lost the war on alcohol, so they needed another boogeyman. So they said, let's make pot the boogeyman. If a black man or a Mexican smokes it, they're going to rape your white wife. That is messed up.
Right. It was messed up, man. And now we have a Supreme Court looking at it. We're going to see where it goes. We are definitely going to look to see where it goes, Andrew, and find out how you feel about it, because I know people that have both cards, and when they go to try to buy a gun, they can't buy a gun even though they have a concealed weapons permit because of the marijuana card. They get flagged.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Right. I know somebody who has that situation and has discussed this with me. So this Supreme Court is going to have a big change on a lot of things, especially if they're in favor of allowing people to be marijuana users and own firearms. It's the war on marijuana is a whole nother argument. We'll get down another line, but I got other calls I want to take on this.
Can I add one?
You calling it, buddy.
Can I add one thing? All right.
Go ahead,
the
bro.
actual reason why I went, as you know, I'm an activist. The actual reason why I went there that day to get a gun is because when we got legalized open carry, I was calling all the gun stores here to say, are you letting people know that the sheriff said we can open carry? And there was a gun store that told me that they are getting so picky on letting people have guns now that even if you weren't convicted of a felony, I was supposedly convicted. I was convicted of a felony wiretap, recording my own phone call. Somebody threatened me because I did a story on him, and he said even if you weren't convicted, they're not giving you your gun. So mine was adjudication withheld, which means I wasn't convicted. And so I was going to go there that day to see if I was going to get bumped for that alone, and then I found out the medical marijuana did it. Holy crap.
Right. Not even that. It was the medical marijuana. Right? All right, I appreciate you calling in, Andrew. Thank you so much for being on the show.
All right.